Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any questions regarding this video or any other videos that I have posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. With my fast cooking system, I can cook almost any type of dishes that I like, particularly using template-based cooking in cooking this fried rice. This is an unusual fried rice because it's based on the ingredients that I have left over from a pizza party. Now, fried rice is frequently referred to as a catch-all dish because you can use whatever leftover that you have and put into the fried rice. And this is a good example of such an approach. This fried rice is a great opportunity for me to use up all the ingredients that I have left over from that pizza party. Instead of throwing them away, I can put them all together and create this fried rice. The only additional ingredients that I use is some cabbage. I use some purple cabbage and I chop them up into small pieces. Furthermore, I also have some Parmesan cheese. So now I have the making of an unusual cheese fried rice. I have made cheese fried rice before and I really enjoy it. So I am looking forward to this particular fried rice. I cook this fried rice with my basic fried rice templates. So I'm well familiar with this technique. I don't have to look up any recipe because everything can be done exactly the same except the ingredients that I'm going to use in this fried rice. I'm going to stir fry 4 eggs first for this fried rice. I use 4 eggs because this is going to be the main dish for dinner. And there are many different ways how you add eggs to a fried rice. In this case, I'm going to fry the egg first before I add the rice. And I'm using a method which I will crack the egg directly into the wok. I will fry them like I am frying an egg sunny side up. This turned out to be a great way to fry the egg because it provides the egg with both egg whites and egg yolk that will cook separately, and this gives the fried rice an interesting texture. As you can see here, the egg did not stick to the surface of the wok at all. The spot seasoning method did a really good job to create a non-stick cooked surface on the wok. I spot season the wok each session before I start cooking, particularly when I stir fry eggs. Now, some other type of dishes such as vegetable dishes, the spot seasoning might not be necessary. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to season the egg with my Walk with Tak basic seasoning mix. Now, this seasoning mix is designed to enhance the umami flavor of whatever food ingredients that you cook. It works particularly well with eggs. It gives the egg a nice flavor, and you can use it in many different kinds of egg dishes. It is a very versatile seasoning mix. I'm going to cook this fried rice with 3 cups of rice. This rice will provide enough for not just this meal, but also for leftover tomorrow. The rice is very important in cooking fried rice. The fried rice has to be well separated so that each kernel can be as distinct as possible. To achieve this, the rice has to be dry. Also, it is best to use long grain rice, and the rice that I use here is a jasmine rice. I left the rice in the refrigerator for about 2 days before I use to cook this fried rice. This will allow the rice to dry sufficiently. In here, I use a hamburger meat smasher to break up the rice. This meat smasher works extremely well for this purpose, and you will find it allow you to break them into small pieces as much as you possibly can. And you also will prevent spilling the rice out from the wok. As in comparison, if you try to use a wok spatula to break up the rice. After I break up the rice enough, I switch back to my wok spatula. This will now allow me to stir fry everything together. I want to mention to you is that while you're breaking up the rice, you should set the temperature of the burner to about medium or medium low because you are not stir frying the contents. And if you do not stir fry the content and have the heat on high, it is very likely for the rice to get burned. So having the burner at a lower setting will allow you to prevent the rice from getting burned. Once you back to stir fry the rice again, you can turn the setting back to high. After breaking up the rice, I'm ready to add the ingredients. The first ingredients I'm going to add is some purple cabbage. And this is followed by the other vegetable that I left from my pizza party, which is some scallions and cauliflower. I add this vegetable first because the vegetable will take a little bit longer time to cook. The purple cabbage has been cut into small pieces, so they should cook readily, and by the time when you finish cooking the fried rice, the texture of the cabbage should be about right. And you can adjust how long you want to cook this cabbage to achieve the texture that you want. If you want the texture to be softer, then during this phase of the cooking, you can stir fry them a little bit longer. As you can see here, the rice do not stick to the bottom of the wok at all. This is an indication that the wok is well seasoned, and the spot seasoning method has worked very well. If you notice that the rice starts to stick, it means that your wok is not seasoned well enough. And in this case, you can spot season the wok a bit longer. And I usually will do it about 15 seconds, but otherwise you can do it for about maybe 20 seconds instead. Next, I add the meat, which is the chicken as well as some shrimp to the wok. This is then followed by the portobello mushroom. I also have some minced ginger to the wok. I only started adding minced ginger recently because my wife loves ginger, and in the beginning I was not sure how well this is going to work, but it turned out to work really well. The ginger added a nice flavor to the fried rice, and since then I have been adding ginger all the time. And this is a good example of flavor chasing, how you use food ingredients to affect the flavor of your dish. And by constant exploration, you will discover the type of ingredients that work better. And in this case, the ginger turned out to be an excellent addition to a fried rice. I cannot tell you how surprised I was when I discovered that a ginger can add great flavor to the fried rice. And using this approach, I have achieved the type of flavor that I've been looking for a long time. After doing a quick taste test, I decided I'm going to add some more Wok with Tak basic seasoning mix to enhance the flavor of the fried rice. The reason that the seasoning mix works so well are because they are dry, and in this case, you do not add extra fluid to the fried rice. In the past, I used to add soy sauce or oyster sauce. You want a fried rice for the rice kernel as distinct and separate as possible. Therefore, you do not want to introduce any moisture to the fried rice. Now, of course, you can always adjust the flavor of your fried rice later on after you finish cooking it. You can add additional soy sauce or salt. But at this point, the best way is that to keep the fried rice as dry as possible. This will give the texture of the fried rice the kind of typical fried rice that you're looking for. And also, without adding moisture, you will keep the fried rice slightly crispy as well because the heat will burn the fried rice. Now, this fried rice, again, is based on a basic template, so I don't really need to use any recipe. And use template-based cooking, you can always make adjustments. So in this fried rice, I have made adjustment to it in a way depend entirely on what is available to me rather than using my traditional fried rice ingredients. And to me, this is the fun thing about home cooking. And this also makes fried rice extraordinarily interesting and fun to cook. At this point, you can tell the flavor of this fried rice is very neutral because I did not add any what I call Asian seasoning agents such as soy sauce or oyster sauce. And because of this, I can make this fried rice whatever flavor that I would like. Since I have some cheese left over from the pizza party, I decided I might as well use them to season this fried rice. And this cheese has a combination both of some goat cheese and as well as some Colby Jack cheese. Now, most people probably will not find cheese will work with a fried rice, but surprisingly, it actually worked really well because of all the ingredients in this fried rice really do not have any clear definition of what type of fried rice it's going to be. and this makes fried rice extremely flexible. And this is also an indication of the significance of flavor chasing, because flavor chasing is essentially to use different food ingredients to create a unique flavor that you will find it appealing. And I love Parmesan cheese. So the last step in seasoning this fried rice is that I'm going to top it with Parmesan cheese. Now, you might not think a cheese fried rice sounds very good, but if you think about it, there's no reason that this dish will not work. And because of the fact that there are no other Asian sauces in this dish, it can create an entirely almost a dish with an Italian approach and with a strategy that is more likely associated with Italian dishes. Last but not the least, since I also have it on hand, I garnish the dish with some chopped scallions. This dish represents probably I would call it the best approach in home cooking, is that you are not bound by recipes. Instead, what you are doing is that you create a dish according to your personal flavor preference and also to what is available to you. Okay, I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system so that your home cooking can be a viable alternative to fast and ultra-processed food. At the same time, you will create the food exactly how you would like it. And when that happens, you become your own very best cook. You no longer want anybody else to cook for you. So if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.